Welcome back, folks, to Pigs TV. I'm your host, Pigs, as usual. So, we're back with another Timberborn on planes. This is obviously one that I, played early, and like I said, I didn't know as much as what I needed to know. This first impressions, it doesn't look as bad as what Lakes was. So we'll see how we go, and see what we can do about making life a bit better for the beavers on here. And obviously we're on cycle 18, day 25. So let's get into it and see what we have to do to improve their situation. We've obviously got a lot of. Well, I've gone for Uber power here. And that's pretty good because obviously we can run run the industry without worrying too much about a lot of stuff. Now we've got quite a lot of beavers actually for this real size, but we'll have to deal with it. Obviously, the industry up here will have to go. It'll have to be moved. We've got a lot of... Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff that we need to possibly address on here. I have got the Uber water ones, so that's good. And our water obviously has gone, and we've contained so much. We've only got a couple of days left. The inventors is still inventing, so we'll increase that. The housing situation here is I don't particularly like. It may be beneficial now in this one because it's now, if I remember right, yes, I should have gone over this actually in the lakes. We are. This was done in update 6. We started this. I started this in update 6, but we've got the. We're going to build the dirt excavator. Sorry, yeah. So we did this in update 6. And because it's now update 7, it automatically has upgraded itself to be in 7. Now, I've obviously got the mod on this. That I've only got 2 mods, and you can probably see one of them there, just the little hats. I quite like that. It allows me to know where the sorts of the builders are. And we've got ladders, where normally we would just have the wooden stairs. Now, I know some people don't like maybe mods, so they just like to run it like vanilla. I'm running everything vanilla. There's no AI changes, there's no help or anything like that. It's just them two, and the hat really doesn't. Well, it's just a hat, and it doesn't do any help to building or anything. But obviously the ladders do. Now we may or may not use them. Probably. I've got an idea for a design. To put things together, if you like. So that might be the only way that I want to do it, because that's how I designed it. And otherwise, it gets like this. It's like an urban sprawl of an absolute. It works. Don't get me wrong, and obviously it can go outwards, but it's a nightmare. So let's while they're doing the beavering things. Let's see what we can actually achieve in this. So it's been a while, so obviously I've got to get myself used to how the hell I set this thing up. I don't understand why I was doing that. Probably I was wanting to get power. That makes sense. To get power to there. But I also need, remember, to run the dirt excavator, we also need the... Well, I always puts it in here. I don't understand why it's water. centrifuge because it's not water. It doesn't use water. It uses bad water. I suppose water. Yeah. All right. Then. I'll give it that in that way. But yeah, so we need the extra. We got enough science points. Our science here. You know the. So that's not too much of a problem. But we also need to make sure that runs in power. We got a bad water tower here. I just need to work out where I'm actually extracting the bad water from. Aha! So this is where I'm extracting the bad water from. I have no idea why I've got water pumps there because that makes no sense. But we'll move on from that now. We've got a nice bit of oaks. That's good, and they are tearing these down. That's another bonus. We've got like 1,400, but I'm going to need more I'm going to need more space for logs. That's for certain. We may have a little a storage facility here for these logs, to be honest with you, because they are valuable for obvious reasons. I know we've got some. I've got some maple in there. I must have some chestnuts. Yeah, so I've got. Oh, I got the birch. So I was obviously going all over with this one. So power is at well, a bit of a minimum at the moment, but it is sort of semi-running. I have got 100 planks. What do I need? Oh, so it's already built. So that's a good thing. It's just not going to run because we've got no connection to it. So that's a problem. So now we've got a connection to it. But we haven't obviously built. No, it's not being built. It's not being built. I'm just trying to work out was it or was it. So we got. I haven't got enough metal blocks. I'll have to get metal blocks. Gears, I've got 100 and something of them. Treated planks, I've got enough treated planks, but now I need. But obviously, I also need the centrifuge going. I always try to keep the centrifuge right near the bad water, but the trouble is the bad water's way over there, and there's no power. So we're going to have to doctor it a little bit, shall we say. I could get power this way. That's probably why I decided to blast this down. But that's fine. Probably because I've got no more explosives. I was just about why is it not running, but now I know why it's not running. We'll get this in triple mode now. We're obviously now running out of. We haven't got the food is. It's dying because we have not got no water, but we've only got half a day, and hopefully we'll survive. That'll be a good idea. Because it's a bit of a trauma if we don't. I obviously can take some of these beavers down and go back. Obviously, this is a nice little storage, but it's not ideal for what I want. I can't do nothing until water kicks itself in, so that's what I'm waiting for. They're going to die in 1 point something days, and we have got the water, so we're going to need to do something with that. Now, I think that comes in from here somewhere. Where's the source? Where's the source of the source? I know it's around here somewhere. Or does it come down here? Oh, there's the source. Yeah, I was also obviously building this as well. Don't know why, yeah. Right, now we're going to get all this rerunning again. I don't think, yeah, I think that's going to all die. So we're going to have to be... We've got 3,000 in food, so we may be okay. We'll see. We'll definitely see how this all pans out. And this will all get it'll have to get replanted again. So I'm going to have to do something to keep this, obviously this water. I'll take it up to 0.5. So it's going to retain some of the, you know, they'll start printing. Oh yeah, clearly they'll start printing again. But obviously we need to increase the crop yield so far. So that'll be something that we need to get on with. I don't know how much of this they're going to be able to do. And he said print again. I don't know why I said print. Bit weird saying print to put the potatoes in, but still. Yeah, it's going to take a few videos to get back into getting these ones back online, if you like. And I'd rather have more food than less food. Now we've got this, like I said, we've got this Uber, but I don't like this. I don't like the urban sprawl of it. So we will be, shall we say, sorting that out. Let's get the things back on. Now, we want gears, so I'll add the gears in, which will... We haven't got any planks either, so I'll have to add the planks back in. That's good. I should have enough power to... Yeah, I got 3,000 in power. That's not a problem. I'll get the metal going. I've got some metal. Yeah, I've got some metal there. I've also got... Let's just pause this because he keeps jumping. Not enough metal... No place to... A decent place to actually have the metal. Which is a bit of a problem. What was that? That was planks. For now, I think I can only do it in a... No, it'll have to be in a large storage. I could always get rid of this. But that'll solve the problem of that. Now, while we, like I said before, while we think about it, seeing this centrifuge will be powered, and it's only a 3-wide building. These are a 4-length building, and this is a 3-wide. We can tack it onto there. I'll have to say yes. And we need it. The thing is, we need extract to run a dirt excavator. So I've got to get the centrifuge going anyway. And that's actually... In fact, actually, if you think about it logically, you should run this a lot earlier than anywhere you need the dirt excavator. Because it's good for dynamite, so we can get... I've only got the single dynamite, but I need extract for these two, as you can see in the little under it. So it's worth getting this going. It needs 60 planks though, and we haven't got near planks whatsoever. Now, I need to find this paper mill. This paper mill isn't running, thank God. That's good. Oh, that's metal blocks, so that'll actually be able to be picked up once this is Once this is actually being built, that's good. So I've got more. I've got enough resin for days. So I'm not going to bother with any more resin, but I do need the resin for the large water. I'm going to pump some more water now because it's we are down a little bit, and it would be worth getting that going. I've got 11 vacancies, but I've got one of these is already in the apprentice, so you have to sort of be a bit careful when trying to work that out. This is absolutely no good. They are not going to do what we want them to do. I will get another badwater. In fact, because that's for some unknown reason I put water there. That's, again, in an early play, and I decided to get the wrong one, which wasn't a good idea. We are obviously making a explosives, but we haven't got a lot of bad water to actually make the explosives. I mean, we've got the bad water there, which is a questionable mark of why it's there and not over here. But again, that's something we'll deal with. I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to convert that to a large one. It's all this fixing that I'm going to have to do to get things going. Once I've established my remembering what the hell I was doing in the first place, it will be better. Right, so we need to get that built. Again, I've got two planks, a couple of planks. So it's going to take a little while to get these things going, but we will get them going. I got 1,500 in logs. I want more logs, I think. I could. I just thought that. I'm wondering if I could. Well, I'll get up here for a start off. That'd be a good idea. Might as well. And get this Uber thing for cutting. I'm trying to decide. I want a storage area, but I want it a bit different to what I normally would do. I don't think I can do this. I may be wrong. No, I can't do that, can I? That's not gonna work. What I was planning on doing, I can do it with these. Like something like that. I'm not sure if it'll work, you see. And the problem being is obviously this takes quite a bit of metal. You see, it doesn't work. Like, I can't get that over, even though that was the wrong one. Doesn't matter. There. So if I do that as a 2... No. If I do that as a 1, like so, and then I do that as a 2, like that. Okay. It's going to cost 1,000, but, you know, whatever. Then we'll do a storage again. I've got I'm saying that I have got under pile, but the trouble is under piles have the same problem. It sprawls. I'm trying not to sprawl. This gets me 2. No, I can see I can't do that. I will have to have a centerpiece. So this might actually be the time for the... so if I... My plan is to build this anyway. Is that going to be enough room? Obviously, they need to get past it. I don't want to be too far away. Then I'll do this. No, that's not going to work. But you can see what I'm trying to do. I'll have to get more. I've got to have to get more metal anyway, so that's going to have to wait for a few minutes. But yeah, that'll allow me to store a lot more. Well, stop more of anything in this. I know we've got a massive amount of space in this. I think it's because I've been playing new diorama, and it's such a tiny pack that you get into the mindset of just trying to fit things in and do space. But actually, in some respects, it works out quite well because of the way, you know, the way your mindset works. So we'll, like I say, we're obviously still building this. And I think the reason why I'm building that is to contain more water. But what would actually help would be, well, to fill that up for a start off, to fill these cracks up. This means it would be a huge amount of water. We could sluice it, say here. I know we've got that, but this, you know, sometimes ignore what I've done earlier, and I think this is a nice place for to store water. It could be a nice place to store water, but let's go a bit faster. I want to make that because I've got all these trees, but I've got nowhere to put them. That's the problem. That's still waiting on planks and metal. I am mating. I'm making the... I've now got 6 vacancies. That's not that bad. Water is increasing. That's good. Food has come back again, so we haven't killed everything off. I assume there's a badwater system here somewhere. Now that might be the cause and effect to send the badwater. Well, unless... I don't know whether the badwater comes through here. I assume it does. But obviously it certainly comes down that channel. Now obviously we could... there's a couple of options. We could blast it down to go right the way down here, which then would make this all be able to plant trees. So I think that might be also a good idea. Start the urban blasting down there. We've taken a bad one. I've got 23. That's not too bad. It's filling all these up at the moment. I'm not going to take that down. Like I said, I need a lot of gears and a lot of metal blocks, which I don't have. I've got 61. I've got enough to... I've got enough to build it, but I've got not enough to run it. I can't run the blooming thing. Because I can't run it, it's sort of pointless to have. I could put... It's not close to the extract, but it's close-ish. Again, it'll do for a while until we until I sort this out. I've got a lot of sorting out to do. I've got enough for 200 in the gear space, which I think is here, to be honest. Yes, it is. Again, before I considered sprawling out. Well, you can sprawl out on this one, but it'd be nice to have pockets of storage and things in certain places. So where your industry is, and not have to get the beavers to walk it. Let's say it was here. This is going to come down because, you know, I'm using the beavers here. That's not what I want to do. I could also have a double, you know, double industry if I could. I mean, you could run it through badwater, I suppose. We're getting this going. This is not even started yet. So that means they're trundling all the way back to drop off the badwater, which is here. I tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to stop that. Get a beaver back. And the reason why is until I get this built, which I'll put it in front, I don't really want to run these because they've got to work so far back. It's pointless. And I've got enough badwater. I've got 95, which, if we were only building these, that's 95 explosives. That's quite a lot of explosives. That can go there. I'll now be able to get this through here. I don't know why I did it so wide, but there must have been a reason. That's a prime place to explode out to retain water, isn't it? Yes, it very is. So that's, I think, another consideration of blasting this out. Just this lane here. And we may... I mean, we can increase... No, the problem is I can't... Well, I'd have to flood this lane here. So if I... Say, for instance, if I increase this... Like here, let's say for an hour. Let's say I just put this up. That's going to increase. But I'd rather have this on a 1. I'll put it back down now. But you can see... if I go through here and blast 1, I'm going to have to put a thing, and just 1 down, and then leave that as that height, I could go down again, actually. Don't know how... Oh, we've got a couple. 2 lanes, 3. Yeah. So that's actually 4 high. So if I blasted all this out right low, it would be another lake to retain water. Just like this, but that was an overflow actually. Oh no, I think I've just done that. I just did that this time, like this. So if I put this up, it will flood, and it retains the water into this channel, and then I go back down again. Then the water will subside but stay into this channel. So we've got a bit of... Obviously, I had a few ideas with this plains. I can almost get this through. Now, we've got a different system in this one than we had before. the power. We had these. We had a weird power shaft system, and you had to sort of be a complete mechanical genius to be able to get where you wanted it. Like I said, this isn't an ideal place to have the dirt excavator. Now I'm gonna have to be careful because obviously if I blast too much, I could retain this wall. I could obviously build a little bit on this wall, but if I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do, which I think is a viable option, I can also, like I said, what I can do is I can sluice it. That's not a sluice. That's a sluice. On this second layer. But it would mean flooding this area, which is a bit of an issue. So that's why another bit of a, we'll be definitely using the dirt excavator here in its glory. Right, we've got a bit of them logs out the way. That's good. I'll consider in a minute. Right, here we go. So now we can enable the badwater. If I actually press the right button. To be dumped into here. I have got... Like I said, the paper mill is not working. Obviously the potatoes are... We could do a tunnel system to allow these to be in here from that power, which might be a nice way. Or, although I was going to blast this down, wouldn't I? I could blast this top one. Because that's the 3, and then have them up here. Well, I could even power them in here, to be honest, but I don't want them too far away. Right, so this is what I think this thing's for. This is what I built to retain... I was going to push this up, and that would stop the bad water coming through. But the problem being is how do I get rid of it? That's the issue, is I can't really get rid of it. So in a sense of doing what I'm doing, this isn't going to work unless I build some sluices on here, which again needs. So I build I blast down here. And this little block here. Because that doesn't matter, because it'll flow into there anyway. Blast into there, blast out the map. Put some sluices on here. Close them. I'll have to put some sluices here. So close them when the contamination gets to above 1%. Open these when the contamination is above 1%. Close when it's above. Open when it's above. Jesus, you see what I mean? It's like it gets a little question mark sometimes, but I get there in the end with my brain. It's the opposites to each other, basically. That's what they are. I've got full logs. That's the problem, you see. I don't want to build any more. And I'm not willing to I've got to be really careful here as well, because if bad water comes down, they're going to go through here, and I can't have that at all, and I can't have them do this as well. So this will have to be turned off. Oh, it's already turned off. So I'll make sure it's turned off. This will have to turn off as well. I've got to turn everything off that they can get in the water. Like this. I'll blast it. I might even get rid of it. That might be the best way. So it forces them not to go in the water. Because I have no antioxidant or anything, and it'll kill the beavers. Until I think about how the hell I'm going to solve this problem. It would be nice to solve it from there, because it is a natural... But if the flow is far too great to be able to do it. I've got a lot of science, so I'm going to have one of these anyway. So let's... See, it takes 5 planks. It's not bad. So we will close above... we will be... Oh, that's it. We'll close... We'll close a below contamination on this side, and close above contamination on that one. It's the opposite to each other, basically. That's what they are. Ay, ay, ay. How can we actually get over here would be the question. It might actually be best from this point here. And then I want to be back from this side. We've got a tree in the way of that, but that can be solved by taking these trees down, so that's okay. I think I should start it. It's going to take a couple of goes to get rid of it. In fact, actually, now with this trees, are they too far? But I've cut them. Oh, they're dead anyway, so I don't think... Because they're dead, don't think they're... Yeah, they still could get these. 20, that's why. I thought, well, why is it not... what I'm going to do is, I'm going to not blast this. Because that's ridiculous. Just blast this line. Back to anywhere in the back of here. That's the line there. Or should I take it from... I'll take it from here. That means I'll have to go down again, but... I'd have to go down again there anyway. I suppose no, I can make it jump down. It doesn't really matter. Let's take that out. I could actually make it go up there if I really wanted. It's a lot easier now. Do I want to retain that wall? Yeah, maybe let's retain that wall. If I'm going to do what I think I'm going to do, it might be better to retain the wall than blasting it out. Because I'm only going to have to get the excavator to do its thing. Right. I think a lot of this is going to be killed. So there's not a lot I can do. I think the bad water is going to come through here. In fact, I'm convinced the bad water is going to come through here. So I'm going to start... Well, I was going to start, and now I'm not now. I was going to start doing it, but now I'm not going to start doing it. If this wasn't here, I would be really tempted to just let it go off the map. It would fill this up and then drain down that way. I suppose it would want to pull here anyway. Right, yeah, it does. This is the what I was worried about. I have to get these. I have to break this. Right, break that. Let them to go back. Break that. So they cannot, under any circumstances, get down. Break that. And break this. Because it's all going to die anyway. That stopped them. Might as well stop these. Because they're not going to do... I don't think they do anything anyway, to be honest. That can go over there. That's perfectly fine. This I'll have to leave anyway. I think that's the only problem that I can actually see. But we'll definitely go for solving this. This is a major problem. And I need to divert this badwater because it's going to kill everything that I've got. The only decent thing is it still runs the power. So at least I don't have to worry about that. I mean, these oaks will last quite a while anyway, so that's not a problem. I've only got 5 days. These will last. All my food and that is absolutely being obliterated. So that's a bit of an issue. It's just working out, obviously, like I said, from how I had it all that other time. We've got enough metal blocks there. Like I said, I'll start I'll build this and get all this going. A lumberjack. I'll cut just this down here. I'll cut a lot of it, but I want to get that first. That means I'll be able to do a path from there to there. I can't do the path because that one's in the way. That needs to come over here. Yeah, I'll just do that. That means now I've got the pathing system. Hopefully by the time the bad water comes next time, I'll have this channel built. That's the plan anyway. It's not great, but the whole point is it just has to do what it has to do. It doesn't have to be, you know, the best dam system in the world or the best open system in the world. It just has to get rid of that bad water. Because what then I can do is use this to increase. I was going to do it through there, but the problem being is what the problem is. It just doesn't really serve a purpose for my liking. I might be able to have the two by then. 2x2. Yeah, I probably just have to blast a bit of this here to force it into there. Because obviously if this channel here, this wide channel like that, goes in, and then I just have to take that out, and then that way it'll not contaminate, it'll not go in any of this, which I might want to use later on. So I'm obviously going to build that. Now we've got the extract going. That means I know for a fact I'll be able to get the... I want a decent line. Somewhere about there. It's terrible, I know, but it is what it is. I'll get rid of this for obvious reasons. I'll put a... This is all going to... It's all going to come down. But seeing as I'd already built the damn thing, I don't want to go too high because I can't reach it. That means then I need a stairs. That should now allow that to come through here. And just popping itself into one of them when this is all built. That can now have a shaft to go down there. Oh, that's the wrong one. Apologies, beavers. I've just got rid of your... No, why are you doing that? Why can I put a path on top of that? I didn't know that. It's interesting. Although, in theoretical, absolutely no use whatsoever. Because why would you have... I suppose you could have something there that would go down there and then walk in the path. So I suppose that way, yeah, I get it. The issue is they're not going to be able to build it. They will now. I'll have to come up here and build it, but that's a small price to pay, as we say. I'll... Oh, that's not bad. We've got them to... actually give me this path now. That's good. I'm quite happy with that. That means this is the path. I'll enable this and I'll enable this. I've got quite a bit of explosives, so I can actually start to... I can prep this up, I think. I like explosives. They're cool. In this game, I don't mean in real life. I suppose they are cool, but, you know. I mean, look, I got like 3,000, and I'm not really using any of it at the moment, apart from the centrifuge, which is now getting me extract, which is exactly what I wanted. We want to... In fact, actually, I don't even think we're producing enough. That might need another one. I'll put that down. Well, we'll leave it to medium, and then we'll put it in as a work thing. You see, they've killed absolutely everything. Yeah, everything. All my food, all my... It's almost... well... I'm okay, though, because I've got 2,000. But I've got to solve this for next time. This is a major problem. And I know we're getting closer to the end of the first new episode. I call it a new episode, but I absolutely hate it. But I'm not going to move it because it's like, well, where else do I want to put it? I could put it here, I suppose, but it's you know, it is what it is. That will not get built yet. Oh, the gears are in. The logs are in. The metal. Got a lot more metal now. I will build this storage system up here. It'll be a bit faffy, but I can't think of any other. The trouble is, if I do a storage that's underground, I can only build one because it has to be on the ground. It cannot be, well, in the air because it's an underground. Well, the name, I suppose the name is in the thing, isn't it? To be honest with you. Still got the treat pants. I've got the gears. I've got the... I'm not going to build this yet until I have all this infrastructure in place. That seems to have been built. And I do need a set of steps that's going to come down here. Again, I haven't used the ladders yet. But ladders are so freaking cool. They make everything so much easier. How are we doing with planks? I've run out of planks again. No bloody planks in this game. I've got tons of logs. I think it might actually be worth increasing. No, that's not what I wanted. Lumberjack production by quite a considerable amount, actually. Let's get that going. See, there we go. We're okay now. We've got everything back again. Our food situation will have to be made. But like I said, I need to get this going. This is a major bottleneck, if you like. I can cut these now. Don't know whether he'll get to all them. Will he get to them? No, he will not get to them. But what we'll do is we'll get rid of that. Move this forward. He'll get to them now. Right, that's fine. I'll do that. Get this going. Like I said, this is one of the main. This is probably the most important thing that I'm building. I'll make this channel with the explosives as well, just to there maybe, and well, I'll do it to here. Obviously, I'll have to blast that out. I'll get that out, and I'll get this out. I'll put the sluice. I'll put the sluice. No, I don't need that one blasted. So that's fine. It's just a retaining wall here, and obviously this will be another sluice system. Yeah. I'll make a platform to come down. We'll build a... Do we do it there? Yeah, let's do it here. Although that's now a bit of an issue because I can't really get down there now. I feel ladders coming on. Nope, I'll get around it. I'll be good. I'll be good. Then we can actually... We'll have to use wood at the moment, but it'll, unless we get the excavator going, and that'll be the first things. I think I can dump... Yes, I can dump dirt on the top of that. Yeah, we needed that. This is now almost there. Let's enable the dirt excavator. Now, I haven't got anywhere to store the dirt. That's going to be a place. Oh, well, that'll have to do for now. That's 300 and something, so that's not too bad. I mean, that's just horrendous, but it's doing what it needs to do. My plaque situation will improve drastically now. I've still got some incapacitated. I've got one free bed. Again, that's going to be solved. This has now been... so we don't need this anymore. What time? We're on 55 minutes. That'll be enough for this episode. I don't want to go too far for you. Obviously, we'll be progressing a lot more on this as we go on. It's a massive map. I mean, it's a ginormous map. So we've got a lot to go. But obviously, like I said, we're going to go to about 50 episodes. See where we go and see where we get to. And then we may do another one of these maybe next year or something like that, you know. And obviously improve it a lot more. But a new player. And then, you know, I've learned from new things. And obviously, it's also got to bring new things out. I think we'll possibly put the zip lines in this because it might even be a bit easier as well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Don't forget to check out pigstv.com for all the latest videos that are normally available there to see what's coming out before it goes live on YouTube. And obviously you can easily find other things in that week where, you know, YouTube only does it for phone. It's for a PC, tablet, and phone. Looks a bit different on a phone when you turn it and do things like that. All created by myself, all free, no login needed. So check it out. You know, if you've got any you know, feedback or anything, please do. And don't forget, you can get hold of me at pigs@pigstv.com, and we'll go from there. Take care. Bye for now.